Hi, my beautiful, beautiful peeps. It's Sheila True Love, and here we are today. Today we're going to talk about something from the Robert Irving Show. I want you to give me your viewpoint. Leave the comments like you usually do, and give me your viewpoint in terms of, do you really believe that this man honestly loves this woman when he allows her to prostitute and, I don't even think this is a narcissist. This is something beyond narcissism. I don't even understand this. Give me your take on this.
It was prostitution. Meet David. He says his girlfriend of 5 years literally walks the streets, sells her body to make a living. And get this, he doesn't want her to quit. Please welcome David. Wow. So, you've been with this girl for 5 years, right? You say you love her.
Yes.
And you allow her to be a prostitute. Well, I don't understand where the love...
Well, I don't necessarily love the fact that she does what she does, but it's almost impossible for her to quit because of the money that she makes.
So how much money does she make in a week?
I'd say in a month, she makes well over 6,000 or 7,000.
Okay. And
if you look at this guy's face, he looks kind of like he's a heroin addict. You know what I'm saying? Do you even think it's humanly possible for a man to love what? Maybe he could love. He says he loves her. Maybe he's not in love with her because there's a huge difference between love and in love. Even if you love someone, there's no way you're going to sit up here and support and promote them prostituting. She's making 6,000 to 7,000 a month. Really? Do you know how many men that woman must be sleeping with? These men out here using her in every hole that she has. And you honestly believe that they use condoms when they're doing oral or fellatio? That's not true, honey. It's not true. Most of these men, when they're doing oral sex, they do not put on condoms. And they also won't put a condom on for regular sex or whatever sex if the woman is willing to take, an extra $10, $20? So he can go raw or bareback it. And then you wonder why we have the STDs out of control the way it is. This is the reason why. This is why.
Do you work?
Yeah.
What do you do?
I make $2,500, $3,000 a month.
And when you met her, the first time you met her, did she tell you she was a prostitute?
Yeah, I knew she was. We met about 5 years ago. And
you see what I mean? When these men want to sit around here and say, well, there's double standards for men and there's different standards for men and different standards for women. Not anymore. Not anymore. Men are marrying strippers. They're marrying prostitutes, thots, picking up things off the street. They're the decent woman, she's sitting at home with 20 cats. The woman who has standards, I mean, look at the way society has turned. So when these men want to sit up here and say, well, women can't do what men do because, people are going to look down on the woman for it. Not anymore. They're going to sit up there and marry you. There was a time there's no way no man would sit up there and marry no prostitute or be seen with no prostitute or no freaking street whore or thought or whatever. He would be too embarrassed that most of his friends and everybody else had a piece of this. Not anymore. That's right. So women, that double standard nonsense, that's a thing of the past, honey. It's a thing of the past. Men could go out there and do what they want to do and they still be called sir and gentlemen and hello, mister. Women go out there and they look down on her. No. Women go out there and do it and we marry you. We work hard for you. We do everything we can for you, babe. That's the new, what is this, 2018? A whole new millennium.
I was in a...
And you had no problem with it?
Oh, yeah, it was hard at first. But I was at a point in my life to where I wasn't working, I was doing bad, and she was taking care of me. And I fell in love with her.
Yeah, you hear how the audience is like, yeah, right, or whatever. Yeah, that's what it was. He didn't fall in love with her. He fell in love with what she was doing for him. That's what he fell in love with. And if you look at him, well, I was fell on hard times. Look at if you see his face, it's called, I Want to Stop Selling My Body. It's the Robert Irving Show, so you get a chance to see his face. Look right in his eyes. He got the heroin look. And when you look at her, You'd be like, what kind of men are out here picking up these kind of women? I mean, come on. But around where I live here, I went down to a certain area and I saw these prostitutes in certain areas around here. Could be hanging out at night because I like to check out and see what's up in the nightlife. You have to see the type of prostitutes that are out here. Bullet holes, pregnant, big and pregnant, look like they're 9 months, and they're out there prostituting. My question is, what type of man stops his car for these type of women? These women look all beat up. I mean, they're a mess. This woman here, she got like 3 rolls of stomach and all of this, and she's pulling $6,000, $7,000 a freaking month, looking like she look. Man, if that's the case, I could go out there and make a killing.
So it's okay for her to take care of you. You fell in love with her when she was sleeping with... How is it when she sleeps with other men? How do you feel about that?
It's hard, but I mean, she's completely honest with me. That's the only reason I can handle it, because I trust her.
She's completely honest with you. So I don't understand that she sleeps with other men and you're okay with that. That's number one. The fact that she makes a lot of money is really irrelevant to me. It's the fact that you're okay with that.
That's right. No man in his right mind would ever be okay with a woman that he loves. I mean, he loves her. She's sitting up there sucking off some other man, getting used all in her rectum, of every hole she got, probably in her ears and everything else. You know what I mean? Licking all out of his derriere. You know, tossing his salad. What kind of craziness is that? And you know that's what these prostitutes do. You know how many men that tossing their salads, licking all out of their rectums and doing all this crazy stuff? And then when it comes to this oral sex, these prostitutes and these females ain't putting no condoms on these guys. These guys don't want no condom on because they're already suffering from erectile dysfunction, where they can't hardly feel nothing, like they say. So the last thing they want to put on is a condom. So there you go. Now we understand why the STDs are crazy like it is. This is ridiculous. And I know what the Bible says. The Bible says when a man loves a woman, there's nothing you could tell him. There's nothing you can give him once you have put your hands on his woman has been defiled or touched by another man. There's nothing you could give him. Nothing. No apology, no money, no nothing. All he wants is your head on a platter. Okay? You sat up there and you touched something that he loves. That's how a man will react when he really loves a woman. Not like this.
Is that affecting your relationship?
She has no respect for me.
So, she has no respect for you. Why? Because you allow her to do this?
Well, I guess because I don't make enough money.
Because you don't make enough money. So she's doing that for you as well as for herself?
Yeah.
Where do you live?
Oh, we're staying in motels. We've been staying in motels for the past 4 years.
You stay in the motels. I'm sitting up here making $6,000, $7,000 a goddamn month, and we can't even have a home? We can't even get ourselves a nice house? A little bitty condo? I mean, come on, let's save up some money, man. Really? We're staying in motels. Not even a hotel. You notice he didn't say a hotel. Motel. Some dirty, ratty, infested motel.
So you live in a motel? All the time?
Yeah.
So where does she sleep with men? Where does she bring her people?
Well, she does it out there, but I mean, once in a while she'll call me and say I need the room, and I'll get
So
out.
she brings the people back to your motel room where you sleep.
Yes.
And she calls you and says,
Yo, this is sick. This is way sick. So where is it that she takes her tricks, her Johns, or whatever the hell they call these tricks? She'll call me up sometime and she'll tell me, yo, baby, I need the room. You know what I'm saying? I got some business, a transaction. You understand? So what does he do? Probably say, yeah, okay, babe. Of course he's going to say, okay, babe. That money's coming in.
Now? Yeah. So she, in the same bed that you sleep in?
Yes.
In the same bed?
How much does that cost you to stay in that motel?
Way too much.
I think it's time we met Jessica, don't you?
Oh, yeah. Bring on Jessica.
How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
So, Jessica, why are you prostituting?
The reason I'm doing it right now is to survive.
Okay.
I have looked for jobs. Don't get me wrong. I have been on interviews, but I keep getting turned down no. And the fact that I need a roof over my head and I'm a female, I gotta have running water. I'm gonna do what I gotta do to take care of myself.
Okay, so she walks out with this super tight black dress, whatever, with these heels this big, and all of her stuff is hanging out, like, right all on top, right here. I mean, really. Okay? You look at her teeth or whatever the hell, something's going on with her mouth. I don't get it. I just don't get it. What kind of men go with this?
Let's stop prostituting, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Have and have
But he
nots.
doesn't want you to.
It's 8 o'clock.
I have to be
Have and
alone.
Oh my God,
Doctor.
they haven't had nots. Hold up, guys. Sorry. Hold
I make
up.
enough money to satisfy it. No, never
That's not
satisfied.
true. You think that it's the money that satisfies me. It's not. It's the fact that, you know what I'm saying, you don't sit there and you're not trying hard enough for me. In the beginning, when we first got together, I told you, all you gotta do is look for a job and I'll take care of us. You didn't even try.
But you're taking care of him through prostitution.
Yeah.
And then you want to get out of prostitution, but you don't do it. You're your own person, right?
Yes.
So why don't you just say, I'm done with it and walk away?
Well,
Well, the situation.
You have to see the audience. The audience is clapping, but they have a look of confusion on their face. They're like, whatever. Nobody gets this. Nobody.
I'm asking the situation. You came here for help. What is the situation?
you're asking why I don't walk away from him or from the prostitution?
Both, actually. But
Okay.
sorry.
regardless, if you don't say he might not be the what you call it, the number one man that everybody says, I still love him. I love him.
So he needs to make.
We all know that she thinks she loves him. She thinks she loves him. How the hell can you love someone when you don't even love yourself first? There's nowhere nor hell you will ever convince me or anyone who's mentally healthy that you love yourself while you're sitting up here tossing all these different stranger salad. You're letting everybody pop off in your mouth. And most of these men have trichomonas and chlamydia and HIV. Where do you think these men with HIV and AIDS go? They go right to the prostitutes. And they fill their mouths up with lots of HIV and lots of AIDS, gonorrhea, trichomonas, and chlamydia. But she loves herself. She loves him. How could you love him, honey? Look at the way you treat yourself. That's ridiculous. This is crazy.
More money to get you away from
Well,
this.
he just needs to get a real job. Not.
Okay.
Doesn't not get paid. I mean, don't get me wrong. He does work. He does work, but he gets paid under the table.
Okay.
And to me, that's not good enough. I need a check to be able to go to an apartment and say, hey, you know what? We got an income coming.
So what is your job? What do you work at?
So they can't get an apartment, which is the reason why they're in a motel. Because, you know, if you want to get an apartment, you have to give them your place of business. Considering he gets paid under the table, nobody knows. Nobody could check references of where you work. What's she going to put down in the application? I'm a prostitute. I'm making like $6,000, $7,000 a month. God knows I could cover the rent. No problem. What respectable place is going to rent to something like her? What respectable place? You know? And that money that she makes is not guaranteed. What happens if she has an off day? She has an off week or whatever the hell. Women have menstrual cycles. Women go through hormonal issues and all of this. You got to get out there as feeling as bad as you feel, and you got to get out there and perform all of this. You got to talk out. Oh God, I would be one broke prostitute. Some guy talking about, you want me to toss your salad? Yo, you what? Really? Okay, you know what I'm gonna do with a clown like that if I was a prostitute and he's asking me for something other than normal natural sex? Okay, because I see this as a clown who likes to abuse women. He get pleasure out of treating women like garbage. I don't know if you ever saw that movie called Monster. It's a woman who's a prostitute. And she used to get these guys, these Johns, and she used to cut them up, shoot them up, take their goddamn money. I got more than what the hell I asked for. I got your whole wallet, son, and your credit cards. And I'm going shopping. I'm going to buy stuff, and you know how we just buy it and we go sell it somewhere. You want to sit up here and try to treat me like I'm nothing? Okay, let's go, babe. Right to the motel room we go. And I would have him so set up he don't know what the hell happened to him.
Electrician and plumber, and you're getting paid on time. Why don't you try and change your job?
I need to.
Do you need me to tell you that, or you need to do it?
But I just need to apply it.
Are you unhappy with your sex life?
Yes.
She's unhappy.
Right? I mean,
It's not because of the prostitution, because trust me, before when I was working, you know, saying we had in the beginning of the relationship, we had some great sex, like too much of it.
Okay.
And then the slowly died because he says that I'm, being a bitchy stage.
She's harsh. I mean, she's been hard.
The sex died for him because after he got through thinking about how many penises have gone up in this woman, he can't even seem to get an erection anymore because he's so disgusted. He's going to sit up here and use this excuse, oh, it's because she's harsh. No, it's not. Because he finds you to be piggish, disgusting, and just the thought of having sex with you makes him want to go in the bathroom and hurl. Okay? You can forget about an erection, sweetie.
From the streets, and she.
But you allowed that to happen.
No, it happened. I mean, she's done.
Shut up.
That's all she's ever known.
But she's done something to try and make money, which I disagree with, by the way. But she's done it, and you're reaping the benefits of that.
Oh, it's not like I'm just sitting back doing nothing.
No, but you're taking the benefits of that, and then you're saying you're disgusted in who she is and what she does. That makes no sense to me.
No, it's not so much that; it's the way she treats me. She doesn't respect me.
Well, how am I supposed to respect you if you don't respect yourself?
How do I not respect myself?
Vegas. More than one person, you know, our friends have called you on it. You'll say, if you loved me, you would try harder, I would think. You would think that you would do that. Most men that are in love with their girl, they'll try harder to prove to them that, you'll say, that.
Why are you getting upset right now?
Why?
Yeah.
Because it makes me mad. He thinks that, you know, saying what he does is nothing wrong with it. You know, saying it's not the point of what I do for a living. It's the point that you're not showing me that you want me to quit. It's like I don't get the attention from him. I don't get the acknowledgement that, hey, this is my girl. You know what I'm saying? But you know.
Oh hell no, he ain't gonna take you around saying, hey, this is my girl. Everybody else is saying, well, you know what? She's got community vagina. Really? That's your girl? Everybody up in the whole goddamn community and all the other countries. Honey, are you serious? That's your girl? That's what you choose? You know, a woman represents a man. That's what you had to represent you? You see, I moved up here from the Bronx. There's only one man in this. I moved up here. I'm in Albany and whatever. Upstate. There's not no man on this whole place that can say they ever touched me except for one person, and that was my ex-husband. Okay? When I walk into a room with a man, he can walk in the room with me feeling proud, like nobody else touched my girl. I know she's a purity to some extent. You know, I can walk in there with pride. You walk in the room with something like that, everybody in the place done had a piece of that. And it also goes for men. I don't want to walk in no room when he had community penis, every prostitute, every thought, every street piece of filth, everything from the gutter has had a piece of him. No, I'm not walking in with nothing like that on my arm either. I want to walk in with a man that I can be proud of. Not some man that all these other women could say, yeah, we done had a piece of that. We already know what she getting. She ain't getting much, honey. How sad is that? No.
Be you know what I'm saying, a bitch towards him or anything, I still represent him. You know what I'm saying? Even when people ask me, why are you with him still? He might be a loser, but that's my loser. I love him.
He might be a loser, mate. He is a loser, and so are you. But I still love him. We know that's not true. Anyway.
So look at, see her eyes. Why is she crying? Why is she crying?
Because she feels I don't love her.
Because you're not doing your part to get her off the street. You may be a loser in her words, but you're her loser. And she puts up with you. But you're not doing anything to help her rectify her life and get off the street. What are you doing?
I'm working.
But why won't you get a second job and help her get off the streets so she can get straight?
I could have 3 jobs. I could have 3 jobs, and it wouldn't be enough money to support.
How do you know that?
Because she makes too much money. She's stuck in it. She can't quit.
Excuse you?
There are people out there with families and kids that have the same income level as you, and they don't hook. The man goes to work, he feeds his kids, he clothes his kids, and he nurtures his wife. And probably both parents work.
And
Your job,
I work.
your job is to make sure you protect her, not send her out to the streets.
I don't
And by
send
sending her out to the streets, you're not doing your job as a guy that's supposed to love her.
So
You're
it's up to
making
me.
$2,500, David, and yet she's the one walking the streets, putting her life at risk,
Hello?
and her health at risk, and you're sitting back.
And that's on me.
But you're benefiting from it. You're encouraging it. You're the.
I'm not.
He's talking about, and that's on me, right? And I'm the one to blame. Aren't these men supposed to be the head of the household? I mean, again, I'm at a loss for words. I don't understand. I don't understand this world anymore. I'm just like, I'm done. I'm fried. I'm done. I'm stick a fork in me, as they say. I'm done. Speaking of which, I got chicken cooking in me. I got to hurry up with this, guys.
Encouraging her. I'm not encouraging her.
So you can't find a better place to live than a motel?
It's
Well,
So $3,000 a month?
I have been checked in with apartments before. They have asked me what my income is, and
we don't have no proof of income. I get
That's
cash.
the part that you're saying is like this, though. I need you.
There are still places out there you can you can
And she
get.
has no credit, and I have
Absolutely.
No, okay. Over in my area, I have actually looked into it. Now, I'm not saying that's the end of my line because I'm looking into other things too right now as we speak and see where.
What are you doing? She's looking into a lot of things. What are you
I'm
doing?
working all day.
You're working. So you have no time to look for a better job. That's not fair to her. It's not fair to her.
I promise you this, honey. If you go into this woman's motel room and you look into the medicine cabinet, you're going to see all kind of mental patient medication because there's nowhere in all hell no woman who's mentally healthy. This woman is a nut job. She's nuts. She's probably got schizophrenia, bipolar, zombieism, and everything combined. She's a nut job. There's nowhere in the world. No. You look at her cabinet, lithium. She's got all kind of antipsychotic medications. Trust and believe. I bet my life on it. I bet my life on it.
And it's not fair to her again. And you're sitting there and you're taking benefit of the money that she's making. And you're not getting that. No, you're not getting it. You want to become a chef. Is that correct?
Sure.
And then you look at her eyes. Her eyes look just as, you know how that heroin look? They got the heroin look in their eyes. That's another thing you can see. She's got issues, man. She's feeding her habit and feeding his habit. And it's sad. It's really, really sad.
Guess what? Go to school, go to a restaurant. You work daytimes, go and work in a restaurant at night. You want to be a chef. Get paid, learn the business, and bring in more money. Get her off the street. No, get her off the... Stop. Get off the street, dress correctly. You can get a job anywhere. Why? You're gregarious, you're good-looking, and you're smart. Just get away from the street. And you...
He's just being nice, guys.
have to do that. Because if you keep doing this, yes, it's like a gerbil on a treadmill. You will never get away from it. Because I'm going to tell you, she keeps being on the street. Eventually, something's going to happen to her, and you're going to own that, and you're going to be blamed.
It has,
for
it has,
right?
It has.
What do you mean it has?
Well, she's been raped.
You've been raped.
Yes.
So why are you allowed?
You have a lot of men that sit up here and rape these prostitutes, beat up these prostitutes. They give her the money when, you're supposed to take the money before you start doing anything because you're a damn fool if you do it and then expect him to pay you. No, we do the business part first, the transaction. But you have a lot of prostitutes. I told you my hairdressers. I had 2 hairdressers that were prostitutes. And both of them knew my ex-narc. They already knew what was up with that. They already probably tapped that out. Been there, did that. Bye. Garbage. We feel sorry for you, Miss True Love. Anyway, and I listened to the stories how a lot of these prostitutes have been raped. They've been beat up. They've had a train run on them. The guy tells her that meet me over here, come to my place. And when she gets there, he got a whole, like 4 or 5 guys up there for her. What is she going to do? You have had women like that movie Monster. It's based on a true story. And you look at all the things that happened to that prostitute woman. That's why she turned into a monster. Okay? When you look at all the things that happen to these prostitutes, you could go on YouTube. I go on YouTube and I type in crack whores or crack prostitutes and I listen to their stories. And they've been beat up, raped. The man sat up there and did what they did and took the money back from her. What is she going to do? This is some big old a monster, if you will. How are you going to figure whatever? That's why that's a very dangerous business for these women. I don't even know why they do it. I don't know why. But Monster, she knew how to have like a slither thing in her boot. She knew how to carry stuff in her butt. She knew how to carry it and cut throats. Because they done messed over her way too many times. You know? You get up in there, you take the money and do whatever. After he's done, he don't feel like you did much for him, or he had erectile dysfunction issues. He wants to blame that on you. Guess what he's going to do? Grab you up, bam, give me back my money. Trick, or bitch. What's to stop him from taking the money back? Unless you're a real street hardcore woman, like I would be, you ain't taking no money back here, son. Because if I'm going to step into that kind of position or that kind of situation, believe me when I tell you, I would be prepared. I would be prepared. Trust and believe.
Allowing her to do that.
I'm not allowing her.
That's it. Stop it. If you've been raped and you've gone through that, no human being should actually go through that. Right? Nobody.
Yeah, that's it. You know? So what do you think, peeps? Do you think this guy is a narcissist or beyond narcissist? I don't even know what to say anymore. But I do know one thing I want to say, and I want to clear this up with all these men sitting up there with this double standards, thinking that, oh yeah, we can do anything we want and we still look good. Women do it, and they're gonna look down on you. Those days are over, fellas. Women can go out there and be the biggest whores all over the planet and still get mad respect. No, actually, they don't just get respect. They end up getting married. What about that? How about that, guys? The tables have turned. Now what? Woo! Anyway, Sheila True Love, I had to share that with you because I found that to be just, to be honest with you, unbelievable. Unbelievable. You always have a choice. Please don't choose to go this route. You always have a choice, darling. Make sure you choose wisely. Until next time, I love you.